Hi there, it's time to look at Onyxcoin through the Wyckoff lens again. If you're new to my sessions, here are the 3 key items I'll cover during the session. So let's begin with the weekly chart of XCN. Previously, we already discussed that seeing the red cross over there last week, I asked a question, is it reaching the selling climax already after it's tested this yellow dash line and intermediate key level, I won't say key level, intermediate support level, 0.0047 roughly. Okay, this is extended from the decline during March 2023. Yeah, quite a while ago. Now, this week continue to have like declining volume or very low price range. So that's a good sign. That's a sign of stabilizing, and it may well be the selling climax. However, be cautious that selling climax isn't necessarily the lowest point in the test. So look at what happened here. It stabilized, popped up a little, but then it continues to weaken until at the later part of the stage or the accumulation cycle, where it continued to accumulate at a higher level than the selling climax and the second test. So that's the thing. So even though if we're really at the selling climax, be mindful there can be subsequent tests that would go lower. All right. And back to this, where we are. If this time XCN is really accumulating at a much higher level than last time, that's the good news. However, we also have to understand that the peak shouldn't be lower than the last distribution climax during January this year. Alright, if the coming distribution cycle, the buying climax ends somewhere lower than the purple key level of 0.035, that's would be a little bit disappointing. And also, I have shared in multiple sessions that there seems to be declining peaks or high price of various altcoins, cycles after cycles, and this is something that I would say it may be natural because there are just many more projects to choose from, so it diluted the capital to other projects. And if regulatory environment is really friendly, becoming more friendly to crypto industry as a whole, then it's understandable that even more projects will come out. All right, so be really cautious of that. Next, the daily chart. What does it tell us? All right. Here, if what happened along this period after the October 10th was the preliminary support stage at this point, and eventually we have gone to remember this is the daily chart stages, not the weekly. We might have gone through the automatic rally on the 22nd. Right, just last week. Not the second test, this is the AR. And we are expecting some more tests. So maybe second test or just test. So this is the daily picture. And currently it's, after what happened last Saturday, it now trades on the stronger side of the downward channel or the air hockey table. So previously, since November 3rd, it has been trying to get back to the stronger side but failed. But last Saturday, with the high volume people getting in, and subsequently volume coming back down, stabilizing, it's good to see the price finally start trading on the stronger side. Okay, we wanted to stay above this blue dash line. So when it continues to go to the right hand side, there are multiple breakout opportunities, meaning the trend would change from that point onwards. or basically it's a confirmation of a trend change, because the trend change might have started already, but not until that point will you get the confirmation. So the first time point is somewhere around Christmas. So the current price may trade between these yellow dashed lines, these intermediate levels between the key levels. All right, then if sufficient positivity gets in before Christmas, then around Christmas time or right before Christmas, this breakout will happen, and that signals this downtrend has finally finished. However, if like the positive sentiment haven't kicked in yet, then it may still trade sideways, but just at a lower level, not above the 0.006. It can be right at where we are. Okay, assuming the selling climax in the automatic rally defined that this is the sideways trading range for the next week or two, all the way into mid-January. So mid-Jan is the next trend change confirmation time point. So at this point in time, it's not unexpected that the price would trade between this 0.006 and this 0.0045, right, roughly. Okay, remember it's a range, not an exact number. Okay, so this, I hope the downtrend is finally over, but like I already mentioned, there can be additional shakeouts that goes lower than this 0.0046 and may challenge quickly down to 0.003 and then pops up again. That kind of activity can happen. Don't think it can't. Just that part we have to be careful about. So if you get in now, meaning be ready to suffer almost 50% of a drop. We don't hope that to happen, but that's more like a worst case scenario before it recovers and get back to a later stage of accumulation in the weekly time frame. In the weekly, sometimes it takes very long, like what happened back in 2003 all the way to end of 2004. But sometimes it can take just a couple of weeks before it launches again. So it all depends on how the whales or the composite man plans their next move. Okay, but remember, the capital market is fluctuating a lot right now because of all the changes. They're all interlinked when interest rates change, not only the US but also Japan and the other countries. So stay safe, as I always said. Set your stop loss no matter how